Well, hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of the Canning Nana, and this is one that I have wanted to do for so long, you guys. I have been collecting tomatoes over the last several months because I haven't really had a chance to do this, and we're almost completely out of sauce. So I'm really particular about my sauce and the way it comes out. And the last batch, I made it overnight, like I normally do. Today I'm not doing that. And the bottom of it burnt, even though I had it very, very, very low. For some reason, this batch just seemed to burn just a little bit, just had a little burnt spot at the bottom. I did not scrape the bottom of it, and I canned it, and I can doctor it up, but I give a lot of my sauce away, and it's not good enough to give away. So I have a whole batch, probably about 15 jars left, just pint jars, that I will incorporate into something else, like lasagna or something else. I can doctor it up with my herbs, my Italian seasoning, and my garlic and everything like that. Not a problem, but I won't give it away. So today, I am going to do marinara sauce a totally different way. If you look back on my videos, every September, every Labor Day, we go to a local farm and we pick Roma tomatoes. Usually about 200 to 250 pounds, and that gets us through the year with tomatoes because I can all of those tomatoes. I make sauce out of them, I make salsa, all kinds of stuff. So last year we were in Cabo San Lucas and we missed it completely. So I am going off of a 2-year supply of my tomatoes and buying some Roma tomatoes at the grocery store as I want to make sauce and things like that. So that's what I've done with the last 2 batches. I've used up my canned tomatoes that I picked, my grown tomatoes that we grew last year, and you guys know I'm having a really hard time with my tomatoes this year. I have planted San Marzano. I just bought a couple Roma plants, and everything's doing really good right now, but I should be getting a ton of tomatoes and I'm just not. So I tried these Centos, San Marzano, imported from Italy, peeled tomatoes. So these, you guys, I have been making my own sauce with just a can of this for just me and my husband. And I believe I have a video out on that. It cooks up so quickly. These San Marzano are like paste tomatoes, so it makes a very, very thick sauce and it sticks to your pasta. It's really, really good. So I decided that I'm going to make sauce, my marinara sauce, out of this, and I'm going to can it. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. I'm going to take you along and show you all of the instructions and everything that I do step by step in a separate video as I go along, but I want to show you what I use first. So I've got 2 cases of the peeled tomatoes. Okay, so, and then I have organic peeled tomatoes by Cento as well. They are not San Marzano. I may be adding a couple cans of those. I have 2 cases like this. And I may be adding a case of those, or a couple cans of those, not a case. I'm not sure. It just depends. It's already 12 o'clock and I am already way behind. I normally start this at 7 o'clock in the morning, but this is going to cook up really, really quickly, and I'm going to be able to can it this evening when it cools off. Right now I've got both my air conditioners going, one in the kitchen and one in the front room to cool off my house. And yes, I live at the beach. It's super, super humid, very, very humid. Maybe expecting some rain or thunderstorms, they say, this afternoon. I don't think so, but you never know. So, but right now it's like 83% humidity and it's about 67 degrees outside, which I know is nothing compared to Eastern or Florida or like Cancun weather or Cabo where we go. And this is nothing, but for me in the house cooking, it's warm. And for me to can with all that extra moisture, it has to be cool in here. So, my husband is such a love and got me an air conditioner for my kitchen, which cools off the whole rest of the house. We can block off half the house, then leave the other half open. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you step by step how I do this. I'm going to be using probably all of these. These are 12 cans. Again, it's the San Marzano. And if you guys get these, you can find them at Walmart sometime. They are expensive, I will tell you. They're probably about $5 a can at Walmart. If you're lucky enough, you can get them on Amazon and get them in a case like this. I've sent a case to my daughter. I've sent a case to my sister. And I've been collecting cases, like I said. I've gone through maybe 3 cases, I guess, before I decided, oh, I should just make a whole pot of this and jar it up. So that's what I'm doing today. I also have, also with the Cento brand. I grew up with this brand, you guys. I'm Italian. My mom used to go to all the Italian stores when I was little, get all the stuff from the Italian store. So this is a brand that I know and really, really highly recommend. Nothing is in these except for tomatoes. That's it. So, I mean, you read the ingredients and it just says tomatoes and citric acid. Tomatoes and citric acid. Yeah, tomato puree. That's all that's in there. Tomato puree. This is vine ripened crushed tomatoes. All that's in here, you guys, is just tomatoes. This has puree. It has a little bit of salt and an organic basil leaf. There are basil leaves in these. And it says organic all over this thing, top and bottom. They're really good. Really good. I will post the video of me making just a super quick sauce of this in somewhere in the comment section and the description box, so you guys can link back to that, and just, if you get a can of this, you can just make your own sauce really quickly. But if you want to can it, if you want to jar it up like I do, put it on your shelf and have it last for months, this is how you do it. So peeled tomatoes, and really that's all you need. If you don't want to put in anything else, that's fine. I have a can of crushed tomatoes and a can of puree and a can of paste. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be using these. What I normally do and what I would recommend is 2 cans of this for just a small batch. 2 cans of the San Marzano, the peeled tomatoes, 1 can of paste, 1 can of puree, 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Everything else that I do, follow along, and that's all you will need. If you just want a small batch, you want to can up just a few jars, that's all you'll need, is just those jars. So you don't have to use all of these jars like I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing. Or you can just use the peeled tomatoes, just make up a small batch. Do as much as you want, just follow me along and do exactly what I do. If you need further instructions or have any questions at all, you can always email me at thecanningnana@gmail.com. I'm always available, you guys. I'm going to use some of my garlic. I have to run out to my garden and get parsley. So the garlic and the parsley is for meatballs, because I will be making meatballs, and I have ground beef right here. This is 83% fat, so it's usually I use ground sirloin, but meat is really hard to find right now, period. So I'm just using this. I put breadcrumbs in it, I put eggs in it. I will take you guys along for that video as well, and I will show you how to make real authentic Italian meatballs. Okay, you do not bake meatballs, you guys. Watch my video. Okay, this is how you do it. Now this is Sicilian style. Okay, I'm cooking Sicilian style. So and you can use ground sirloin, you can use 80% fat. I wouldn't go into the 70s to make meatballs because you have too much shrinkage, but I'll go over that in my meatball video. So Costco has these Italian sausage, and they're mild Italian sausage. I really like the hot ones because when you cook them in sauce, they lose their potency and they're not very spicy. These are exceptional sausage. They're really good. They taste like you would get at the Italian store. I paid $13.99 for this, and it's 5 pounds of sausage. So I will be putting in my sauce probably 2 packages of this. So these are all separate, they're 4. So I'll probably be putting 2 packages of this with the meatballs. I do not can my sausage. I do not can my meatballs. Yes, it all goes into the sauce, and I cook it in the sauce, but I take everything out. I do not can it. I do not like the texture. To me, it just doesn't come out right. So I don't like to can ground beef either. I know a lot of you out there do, and that's fine. I've tried it, and my preference is not to can it. I just don't like the texture. And I used to can my sauce with meatballs when I first started canning my sauce, and I made so many jars of sauce with meatballs, and we literally had to take it out because it just didn't come out right. The texture of the meatballs just wasn't my meatballs. It just wasn't. So I will show you guys how to do that all throughout the videos. There's going to be sequenced videos. I just got a brand new phone and I'm playing with the video on it. I can pause now, I can edit, so we're gonna have better quality videos coming really soon. I just literally got this. I got a Samsung. So I upgraded from a Motorola Z something or other. I forgot what I had, but I've had it for like 4 years. So this has awesome video capabilities, awesome camera and stuff, so I really expect the quality of my videos to go up, and lots of videos coming. So here we go, guys. This is what I'm starting with. I have a pot on the stove and I am ready, and I'm going to take you guys along. So watch for each video as they come out, and come along with me. Please hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. I have a lot more videos coming, and please comment. And on this video, the secret word is going to be Cento, C-E-N-T-O. Put Cento in the comment box when you comment for an extra way to win. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you soon.